What's up?
What's up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. This is great. This is fun.
Yeah,
I don't know
sweet.
what our countdown ticker looks like.
It's
Don't know what.
7:02.
Oh, awesome. We're
Yeah.
live on IG at seven.
Live,
We're on
live,
time. I love it.
live.
Live, live, live. So
So, where are
it's
you?
I'm in Arizona right now. My offices are in DC and
Yeah.
Los Angeles, but
Mhm.
because of COVID-19, I am in our production studio
Oh,
where we live. You've been to this offices.
yep, yep.
And I love it. Arizona is amazing, so I'm happy to be back. But you might want
Sweet.
to tell people who I am because they don't know me. So, I mean,
Yeah,
you invited me onto your IG Live.
yeah,
I mean,
Carrie. Thanks for helping me out tonight. You are my media muse, and
I love
your
that.
name is Carrie Cecil,
It is.
and you are in Arizona, allegedly.
A legend. It's true.
Yeah,
Maybe I am, maybe I'm
yeah.
not.
Married to the original targeting NFL player Chuck Cecil, and
Yes.
I'm glad you got that Arizona paraphernalia out of the background there. Thank you for that.
Oh, oh my, see, I tell you my secrets, and I am the keeper of all secrets, you know that.
I know that. I
What
know.
is my code name for people like who are in trouble? What do they call me?
I don't know if I want to say.
You don't want to say she has a show, Olivia,
Yeah,
Olivia,
Olivia Pope. Olivia Pope.
Olivia
Yes.
Pope of
Yeah.
sports. It's
Yeah.
true.
That's one of my favorite shows, by the way.
I love that show. I love
Yeah.
Kerry
Yeah.
Washington. She's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
She did a great job.
she does. So thanks for having me on. So I'm really just on to be the media muse. I'm a conduit to making sure
Sweet.
the questions are asked in a
Okay.
way that Mark Emmerich doesn't send you a mean letter or whoever's in charge of enforcement. I think they have bigger things to worry about than your Instagram
You,
live.
you don't think they're
But
tuned in right now?
I don't know. Hey,
You never
Mark,
know. You never know.
Mr. Emmerich, if you're there, can you give us like maybe a green heart on the right?
I see a couple. I see a few of them over there.
Oh,
Might be
look, there's a
Mark.
bunch. I love that we can see those.
He was a
So,
chancellor at LSU when I coached there back in the day.
oh, that's
Mark was.
amazing. He
Yeah.
said
Yeah. Absolutely.
the NCAA gets a bad rap, but they're actually really nice people. I mean, I worked for them, you know, a bunch, so they're good people.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm
I
sure they're
like
doing
it.
the best they can.
Absolutely. We're all doing the best we can.
That's right.
So, so I am only here to be the facilitator, and because of your research that you can not answer comments live
Right. That's right.
from different people only because it's an NCAA violation of recruiting and all those types of things.
Right.
What you did, I thought we pretty graphic and things, invited people to go ahead and just ask questions. So you gave us like so many questions. There were so many that you printed and sent over. So hey, thanks for that.
Yeah. We're gonna be here for a while.
Well, that's fine. I'm good. I'm
You got
here
some.
to
You got some time blocked off for
uh
us.
I do. I have some time. I'm not gonna be here all night. I do really, really enjoy our time together, but
Awesome.
probably gonna just like check out. I do have maybe just one or two other clients. So,
Okay. Okay.
um,
Okay.
okay.
I can
So
respect that.
out of the gazillions of awesome questions,
Mm.
there were a few that you curated, good people that you liked.
Yeah.
And then we also threw in some mixers of
Sweet.
questions,
Couple
a
mixers.
couple
Couple
mixers,
Wednesday night mixers.
absolutely to try to make it fun. So what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do with Coach Tuck is I'm gonna read some of the different platforms, which is amazing that you guys all submitted questions from different platforms, from Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and everything
Yeah.
else. And he picked a bunch, so I have them here on my list.
Nice.
I
Very
know.
nice.
I know it's all typed out. Like, there
Nice
you
and
go.
organized.
Let's,
Attention to detail, sense of urgency.
in my job, you got to type the questions and know where you buried the bodies. I'm joking. I'm joking.
She's joking. She's joking. I think you better be joking.
I'm totally joking. Okay. No, I don't kill anybody. So, all right. So let's just get right into it. Are you good? Well, first of all, tell us about what we see with you right now. Tell us about that room. That looks so cool. Yeah, I know you just
Yeah,
got moved. I mean, you got moved, but you got unpacked.
yeah,
So
yeah. This is my home office. I'm in East Lansing, Michigan, and we just recently moved into this great home, and uh, I've got like a little spot in here that I kind of carved out for myself. I kind of put stakes down, and so I've got my desk in here and my TV, and I watch video and I watch film in here, and got a table, couple chairs, fireplace. Got a basketball court over there. You might hear an echo, and it's kind of a big room,
ooh.
and so get a little, work on my jumper. Well, it's more of a set shot now. Back in the day, it was more like a jumper, but now it's more like a like a spot up, basic, just old time Hoosiers.
So I like
Basic,
I'm
the
trying not to
basic.
make fun of you. I'm really trying not
I mean,
to. I'm trying
I'm
not
just being
to.
honest. It is what it is. But yeah, this is my office space, and I've got some of my favorite photos up. Muhammad Ali, who I love, and Blues Brothers, Clint Eastwood, and among some others. So
Those are all
we're
pretty
rocking
good.
and rolling. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. I like the space.
I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into some questions that your people watching have sent. If you're ready, are you ready to do a couple, and then maybe we just come back and you
Yeah, I'm
know.
fired up. This is my first Instagram live deal, and I see these hearts going up the side of the screen there. Screen there. I
Hmm.
mean, I like that. What is
You
that?
do?
What that's engagement?
Look at that. You literally say I like it and people are like, "Okay." Like,
I
thanks
love it.
everybody.
I love it.
I love it. I love it too. That's so awesome. That's so great. Well,
Yeah, I'm ready
I
to get
mean,
started.
one of the greatest things about Instagram Live is literally being live and being able to talk to people, right? But
Yep.
because of the rules of engagement, we have to turn off sort of part of that fun part, but that's the other fun part. So you can actually see what
Yeah.
people are feeling or thinking about your your live, your questions and things like that.
I
So
had
let's
I had to
get,
turn the comment. I had to turn the comments off.
I know we
By
covered that.
rule, I had to do
I
that. Yeah. So
Because you get in big trouble.
yeah, NCAA.
Yeah, there's a whole recruiting thing that we all read about.
Yeah,
So
100% compliance here.
it's, well, and I mean, and we're all joking aside. I mean, it was a big deal for you to make sure that we could do it and we did it right. And I think that goes to
That's
a
right.
testament of who you are as a human being and also as a coach and leading
Thank you.
the Spartans. Yeah, no, I wanna make
Thanks.
it funny, but it isn't funny. It's truly who you are.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right into it.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm
So
ready.
okay, so this one is from Instagram, and it is from at the Birdman
Mm,
2181 at the Birdman
Birdman.
2181, and it's BYRDMAN 2181.
I like it.
What makes you different than other coaches in the Big Ten?
I'm not sure. It's hard to explain. I don't like to do comparisons, but I am who I am. I'm very authentic. I worked for a lot of great coaches in my time, but one thing that I've always known that's been important to me is just, keep it real and be who I am. Learn from other coaches, but at the end of the day, it's about what I believe and what I'm all about and what's important to me. And so that's what I try to convey, and it comes off real.
I love it. I love it. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, let's pull one from Twitter. So this is from Odell. And first of all, disclaimer, if I mispronounce your handle or your name, I'm super sorry up front. I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just
Odell
um
Beckham? Is it Odell Beckham?
it is, it is.
It
It
is. It happens to be
is.
Odell.
No, it is not.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
if you want me to pretend it is, so that makes better
Yeah.
IG, I will. I'll be like,
No, no, it's
hey,
good.
Odell Beckham is
My
up.
brownies,
Yeah.
man. I'm all about the brownies. But
Nice.
anyway,
Okay, so this is from Twitter, and it says Odell Bretham Jr. And I'm again sorry. So it's ODELLBRETHAM Jr. from Twitter. So
mm,
thanks for giving us a question. So here's the question. What is one concert you wish you could see Performer can be past or present.
Oh, that's easy. And thanks, Odell, for the question. I would love to go to a Tupac concert.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll be like right there, front center, front row.
That's
Tupac. I
awesome.
mean, come on, really. I mean,
I
I haven't been to a Tupac concert, but if I could, and if he was back, I'd be there, big time.
I had the blessing to work with him.
Oh,
So
really?
I did. I did. So I really he was a poetic genius and really kind to me,
Yeah,
and it was heartbreaking when he passed. So
yeah.
I really thought you were gonna say Prince though.
I've been
'Cause
to a couple of Prince concerts, and
okay,
I love Prince. I mean,
I know.
he played in the concert. He played like five, six, seven different instruments. I mean, the guy
Yeah,
was it was amazing, and he did it in high heel boots.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love Prince.
So you're kind of a shoe guy. Do you wear high heels?
No, no. I got a
Yeah,
couple pairs of cowboy boots, but I don't wear them very
you're not.
much. But
You're,
no, I'm not in the high heel business.
well, that brings me to my next question. Okay. Well, I wanted to transition to the shoe question. All right, are
Yeah,
you
nice.
ready?
That was a nice transition, by the
I
way. Do
know.
you wear high heels? Yeah.
Well, or do you have any high heel sneakers would have been it, but no. Okay, so the next question is from Twitter. I'm just gonna skip
Okay.
over all that. So it's from Twitter and it's from Joe Valencourt. So it's all one word, so you don't know exactly where the breaks are, but it's Joe
Shoot, Joe.
Vaillancourt. Joe Valencourt or Joe Vale and Court. I don't know. So it's on Twitter. It says, "How often do you get new sneakers?"
Ooh. Um, it's kind of I don't have it's not systematic. It's kind of if I see something that I like and they're reasonably priced, then I'll grab them. Uh, I haven't got too many recently. When I first got these last thing in February, I got as much green as I could, Nikes, and so I did that. But it's kind of chilled out recently. It seems like every time that I go like on sneakers, everything that I do want is sold out, And then when I go to StockX and try to get it, then it's like the price is all jacked up, sky high.
I,
So it's like, so I really, I want to make sure, that if I want them and I really want them and I know why I want them, then I'll get them. But other than that, I'll pass. But every now and then I'll do a little retail therapy, grab some sneaks.
We're all doing Amazon therapy. I mean, like,
Every now and
I
then,
mean,
yeah,
I
every
know,
now
but
and then.
I hear you. Okay, so this is something related to your background. Are you ready?
My background.
Your background, and
Okay.
this person asked not to be identified publicly, and this was on Instagram DM. So we're not going to read their name, but it
Okay.
says, "Coach, I read somewhere that you used to sell steaks door to door. How was that? And do you think it helped shape you into the coach and person you are today? How did that shape you?"
It's true. And yeah, when it's true. Who asked that question? Yeah.
It says they don't want to be identified. And then
I need
there's
to
a
know. I need to
there's a
know.
no, and then there's a funny thing that says full fridge.
Full fridge. Oh,
Full
okay.
fridge. It says
Yeah,
full
yeah, yeah. I
fridge. So
got you. Yeah.
clearly there's something there. So
Yeah, there's
I
something there. Yeah. Well, I
okay,
wonder
so
what.
why don't you tell us about that? 'Cause
Well,
do you
yeah,
know? Go ahead.
maybe so. When I graduated from college, and there was a period of time. I graduated in '95 from Wisconsin, and there was a year and a half period of time where I worked and I did some volunteer coaching, and in the midst of that, I did get into the sales business, and I was selling food, frozen food, door to door, like direct sales, like in Cleveland, like on the streets of Cleveland, like every single day, like no advertising, like just straight go knock on 100 doors a day, and and try to sell as much food as I could, and I did that for quite some time, maybe I've told the story a few times. There was you have to be able to handle objections because obviously, you know, they would have to tell me no 7 times before I would even think about leaving. Seven, yeah, seven before I'd even think about leaving. So there was one home that I went into, and I laid the, you know, I got in. I don't know how I got in, but I got in. I laid the food out in the kitchen, and the lady, she loved it. I could tell she loved it. She was picking it up. She was asking a lot of questions. I said, "Hey, you know what? I think we're going to sell these cases here." Then she finally says to me, "Say, you know what? I love this food, but you know, I don't have room in my freezer for this food." And I'm like, "This is a problem." Okay, so I'm in the kitchen. I did something that I would normally not ever do. I turned around and I opened her freezer in her home. And I open the freezer, I look at it, and the freezer is packed. There is no room. I couldn't even get my finger in there. There's no room in the freezer. And so now at this point, I'm stuck. And I said, okay, what do I need to do now? So I thought that it would be a good idea to buy food out of her freezer because, you know, if you got a freezer full of stuff in your kitchen, usually the stuff's been there 2, 3 years. You don't even know, you don't remember it's there, right? So I started buying food out of there. There's like popsicles in there that's been in there like 5 years, $5, $3 for this, $2, you know, freezer burn meat here, you know. So I buy I buy all of the food out of her freezer. So literally, like she's got like $30 in cash, all of the food in the freezer, like I have it out and it's empty, and I take the food I want to sell her, and I put it in the freezer, and I close the door. I say, see, now you got room, it all fits. And
So,
I mean, at that point, the only thing she could do was write me a check.
so question for you. I got a question for like,
Then that's a
so
true story. So
I no, and I've been around you and I've heard that story a little bit, but so when you're pulling things out of the freezer, like what are you paying for? Like old meatloaf? Are you giving her like $2 or?
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's old stuff and like old like freezer burned like box of steakums. And don't act like you don't know what a steakum is,
I
dog. I
don't know
mean,
what you're
like
talking
everybody's like,
about.
oh yeah, it's
I
like
don't
yeah,
know what
right,
you're
right.
talking about.
Yeah, we all know what steakums are back in the day. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, popsicles have been in there forever. You know, maybe you made, you know, something like you saw a show and you decided you were going to freeze food, you know, and for later, and then that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, buy, you know, $1 here, $2 here, $3 here, you know, buy it cash, you
Yep.
know, cash on hand,
Yep.
and empty the freezer, and then I was able to help her by, you know, really, you know, providing a service, really.
So how much
I cleaned
okay,
her
so
freezer
okay,
out,
wait.
right?
So how much did you pay for her old
About
yucky
30 bucks.
meatloaf? And how much was the sale of the meat?
Yeah, it was a couple, $300. I mean, with the steaks, chicken, seafood, and pork package,
Yeah.
it all fit in there nicely. Yeah, I took them out of the boxes and to get it in there, but yeah, I
Okay.
mean that was just a typical day, you know, on the road in on the east side of Cleveland trying to sell food.
I love it. And so the thing was, what did you learn about it? Was it that you shouldn't take no for an answer? Like, what was it for you?
That was a big part of it. I mean, you had to be diligent. When you get knocked down, you got to get up. I mean, because people are going to tell you, you get a lot more no's when someone knocks on your
I
door
bet.
and is trying to sell you something. I mean, usually you're going to tell them no and get out. And so, my goal was to knock on 100 doors a day, and even if I got, you know, 20 no's, you know, just keep going. You just never know when you're going to get that yes. I'm just being really persistent. I had to hone my pitch, you know, because even though that might have been door 89 for that person, they were seeing me for the first time. Had to learn how to handle objections. I had to be enthusiastic because enthusiasm can carry you um, a lot further until your product knowledge, you know, catches up. And initially, I didn't know much about the product. I just knew that I wanted to sell. So just being enthusiastic, and you know, I was in business for myself, so I had to be organized. I had to balance the books, and uh, and it was a great experience. And you know what? You can't you always in sales you talk about qualifying people, and but you can't tell a book by its cover, you know. And that's one thing. That's one of probably the most important thing I learned is you can't tell by looking at someone what their capacity is to purchase.
Yeah. I
You
love
know,
it.
you just can't do that. And so, you treat everyone like $1 million, and put your best foot forward and do the best you can.
I love that. And I really know that because I know you and you treat everyone that way. Okay. Here's a quick one from Instagram, from underscore at Casey McCormick. Casey
Okay.
McCormick says, do you have a favorite ice cream and what is it?
Ooh, I love praline pecan ice cream.
Nice. Perfect.
I love
Okay.
that.
All right. So let's do this is from Instagram. What's the music at Spartan Stadium going to be looking like this season?
I get that question a lot. It's going to be hyped. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but um, we're kind of still in the planning stages of that. But I want to be involved. I want to have some input, with the game day production crew in terms of what we play. Because I mean, the players get hyped, the coaches get hyped, the fans get hyped. And we want that place absolutely just rocking. I'm talking about jumping.
I love it. Well, I don't know if everybody knows this, but why don't you tell them? I mean, you have three playlists on
Yeah,
Spotify and on your Spotify and your Apple Music.
yeah. A couple weeks ago, I put out three playlists. I put on Spotify and Apple Music. One is a pregame, and then
Yep.
one is game time, and the other one's postgame. And so, someone told me, they said, "Lee, when I listen to those playlists, it's like three different people." Well, you should check the playlist out and then let me know what you think, because like before the game, you're in a certain mode, right? And then
Yeah.
and then game time, I mean, this football is not for the well-adjusted, so there's going to be something different there. Then post game, it is what it is. You're chilling and you're relaxing at home, and it's getting ready for the next one. So I really enjoy music. I think that I like different types of music, from like rap all the way to jazz. Anything that sounds good to me, I'm going to play it. And so I think it's just a universal language, and music is so important.
I love it. Okay, so let's go to hold on. Let's go to a football question.
Football,
Um,
football.
right? Coach, do you have a pregame or any pregame or, and this is from Twitter, Coach, do you have any pregame or postgame superstitions?
No, I'm not superstitious. I've never had that. My dad, I was raised kind of as a baseball player growing up, and my dad played football and baseball in college at Toledo, and so there's a lot of rituals like in baseball, but I never really, wearing the same pair of socks or any of that type of stuff, how you wear your hat and all that, tying up your shoes a certain way, where you sit. No, I'm not into that. No,
That's,
the bottom line is in football, you got to go running and you got to go hit.
I like
That's
it.
let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's just do that well.
Let's
Okay.
run and hit. Let's run and hit.
All right. This is a personal interest one from Derek on Instagram. Um, what are you going to do to celebrate when this is all over and we can go out and play some football?
What am I going to do to celebrate? I'll be one of the happiest men in the world when we're able to, when the time is right, when it's safe for everyone, the student athletes, the staff, the fans, to get back out there. I just want to coach players.
I love
I mean,
that.
I just want to get out on the grass with the kids, get them lined up, just teach, motivate, develop, and then be with the coaching staff. I mean, just football is a great game. It's a great team game. There's no other sport like it. But I got into football, into coaching, because I wanted to teach. I wanted to help people. I wanted to help players improve. Just see have them see results immediately from coaching, from instruction. And so that's what I want to do, and that's how I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to get my butt out on the grass and coach some players up.
Well, that's an awesome one for this next person from Instagram, Hayden. What's your favorite sport other than football?
Other than football, I love basketball. Yeah, I love basketball, and I wanted to play basketball in college, but I'm like 6'1", barely, and I'm not a very good player, so that didn't happen. But I love basketball, and you know what? But uh, I started playing golf again about a year ago, and I used to play a lot of golf, and then I stopped playing in 2011. Then I picked it up a year ago, and golf is a great game. It's really hard,
It's so
but
hard.
it's so hard.
And you have to play all the time to get
You
good,
got
and
to
that's just not
practice.
good for coaches. I know I'm
Yeah,
married to that guy.
yeah. I mean, it's like I remember Jim Tressel told our staff one year, because we had two memberships in Columbus, the coaching staff, that he says if you're a great golfer, he said, I've never met a great coach, just a great golfer.
Yeah,
And so
because you
that
got to
was
practice.
his message to us, like, don't play too much golf.
Yeah.
But I really love golf. I like being on the course, even if I'm not playing well. I like just being on the course, and just you can kind of get away from everything. You even forget where you are. I mean, just the some of the courses, the way they're laid out, and the nature. I love I just love being out there with the green grass, the trees, and all that type of stuff. So,
Be-
basketball and golf, huge.
There you go. Okay, so this is from an Instagram person. What meant I've like
Instagram
given up on the
person.
names. I literally have given up on the names, and not that I don't
Instagram
wanna. This
person.
is a person on Instagram. Like, I'm not reading the names because they're like Zababa, like, and
Okay,
dog
I
biting
got,
me
I,
1745. Like, I
I
don't
got
know
it.
what these are. Like, I'm sorry, and I don't want to look stupid. So,
Okay, so
um,
this is an Instagram person.
this is an individual, highly vetted to be on your live. Okay, here
There you
we go.
go.
What mentor has had the greatest influence on you over your coaching career, and how so?
Ooh, man, that's a tough one.
Maybe
You know,
top three. Maybe top three.
that's a little
I'm
bit easier. That's a little bit easier.
okay. Top.
Thank
I
you.
know.
Thank,
Yes.
thank you for
Yes.
allowing me to do that. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
very helpful.
It's my pleasure.
Um, my first, Nick Saban gave me my first job, and it's funny because I knew Nick Saban when I was in high school. Actually, he became the head coach at Toledo, and that's where my dad played. And he was with the Houston Oilers. He was the DB coach, and he got the head job at Toledo. And he called me. I was one of his top recruits. I'm from Cleveland. My dad played there. He's a head coach, so I knew Coach Saban like when I was 18. And even though I didn't play at Toledo, my dad always stayed in touch with Nick while Nick was with the Browns and I was at Wisconsin. So when I decided to coach, I wanted to get into coaching. I called Nick because he was the best. He was regarded as the best defensive back coach in America at that time. And that's what I wanted to be, a DB coach. And so in 1997, he hired me as a GA here in East Lansing, and he really laid the foundation for me in terms of like coaching and the profession in general. Whether it's like
Right.
just how you handle yourself day to day in the office, how you dress, recruiting, alumni, speaking engagements, X's and O's, special teams, offense philosophy, all that, the game day management. He laid the foundation for me, like for all of that. And so 3 of my first 4 years in coaching, I was with Nick because I spent a year with him at LSU. The next person is Jim Tressel, great football coach. I spent 4 years with him at Ohio State. We won a national championship in our second year. We beat Miami. We were 14-0, and I just learned tremendous. He's a champion, a winner. He won 4 national championships at Youngstown State before he even got to Ohio State. His dad
Wow.
won a national championship in Division III at Baldwin Wallace on the west side of Cleveland. So he was a servant leader, very humble, hardworking, and just extremely. He cared about his staff and he cared about his players. He
Oh,
and he, he told us, he said, listen, you never. He said never give up on a player.
I love
He
that.
he said you never give up on a player. And I would say the third coach was Romeo Cornell. Romeo Cornell taught me the 3-4 defense, and I worked for him when he was the head coach with the Cleveland Browns. I left Ohio State. I went to Cleveland. I wanted to learn the 3-4. He had just left Belichick in New England, had won a Super Bowl, and he gave me my first coordinator job too in the NFL. And he taught me how to coach in the NFL and how to relate to players. You know,
Hmm.
how to coach players that make more money than you. Some
That can be a problem
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah.
they make a lot more money, and
Yeah.
some players. I was a very young coach at that time, so some of the players I coached we were about the same age, Ray Mickens, Willie McGinnis, Hall of Fame Willie McGinnis type guys. I mean, just learning how to coach those guys, and then just how to pace yourself, have a sustainable pace. You got 4 preseason games and 16 games before you even get to the playoffs. That's 20 games,
Yeah.
where you have to coach at a high level. So those 3 coaches, I think, probably had the most influence on me as a coach on and off the field.
I love what you said. With each of them, it's so unique. And, I've had the pleasure of working with Coach Saban, and I truly believe, like, even back in the day when you were with him, he understood being a CEO,
He did,
right, of a
yeah,
football organization, and he had his hand in everything. And I think he's not only a coaching genius, but he is a meticulous leader and has his hand in everything. And that's why they've been successful for so long. He
yeah,
doesn't ever take his foot off the gas and recognizes the responsibility. And I love Coach Tressel because he's such a servant leader. I mean,
yeah.
he was dedicated to so many people. And then the heart of Romeo Crennel. I mean,
Mm,
Romeo Crennel, if he tells you something, it's like that's what it is. He's just,
yeah,
and I know that you know that. And so
yeah,
I love, because it makes you such a well-rounded man, that
yeah.
your mentor and your coaching tree has been so extraordinary and made you the man that you are today at Michigan State. So it's a testament to why it's important to be a mentor. It really, really is to people.
I owe a lot to those guys, certainly.
Okay, so this one is from a person at Instagram.
An
It says
individual.
an individual. I'm going to go so far as to say a female individual.
Okay.
Um, how are you adjusting to moving to East Lansing?
You know what? It's been good for me because it's like coming back home. Because this is where my coaching career started in 1997. So I'm not new to East Lansing and Michigan State. My parents are in Cleveland, Ohio, which is not very far away. So I'm really close to home. I'm a Big Ten guy. I played at Wisconsin. So just moving back here, it brought back a lot of memories when I got here in February. When I got off the plane, I saw some familiar faces. There's some people
Yeah.
that are here now that were here when I was like back in the day in '97. They're still here, and it's a Michigan State of all the places I've been is probably the most family atmosphere type place in
Hmm.
terms of the fans, the campus, just everyone involved. I mean, it's just everyone is so welcoming and, whatever we can do to help. And we're so glad you're here. And it's always go green, go white. And it's just and football is critically important, football and basketball. And, the other thing I love is like Tom Izzo. He loves football, and he and I have a great relationship. We had one before I
Yeah.
got here, and
Yeah.
he was here before, and when they had the Flintstones, and I've just always had a lot of respect for him. He lives right around the corner from me now,
I love
and
that.
yeah, and we talk quite a bit, and we text, and so it's just a great atmosphere and a great opportunity for me and my family here in East Lansing.
Okay, so that's gonna take me, hold on. Because when you were saying it, it brought me to another one. Hold on one second. Wait, wait, wait.
Another individual, a
Another,
person.
I feel like you're mocking me as a
No,
media
no,
muse, and I'm helping you. I
you
feel
are
like I'm
helping me.
here to help you,
You
and
are
you're
here to help
you're
me.
mocking
No,
me.
I appreciate your help, certainly.
I'm totally good. I've been called worse by better. I mean, like,
Oh, okay,
yeah, you like
okay.
that?
Yeah,
You
it took
like
me a
that?
while. I'm a high rep guy. It kind
I
of took me
know.
a while. You give like a little zinger in there.
I did. Did you like
Okay.
that? Like,
Yeah, I
yeah. No,
did.
I'm
Yeah.
totally kidding. You're one
Okay.
of
Yeah.
my favorite people. Okay, so wait,
Sure.
one, you're like, you're fired. No, okay. So wait, there was one about maybe it didn't make the cut. It was something about, is there an old stomping ground? Hold on, stay tuned. It's a long list of questions. Oh,
So hey, listen,
oh, here it is.
we
Here
got
it is.
plenty of
No, I
time.
found it.
I got all
No,
night.
no, stop it. I do not. I think we've established that. I think I've established, as much as I love you, like there are others. Like, so, okay. And so as a grad assistant at
Yeah.
MSU, and this comes from Instagram, as a grad assistant at MSU, what was your favorite local watering hole?
Ooh, that's
Yeah, because we went
good
back,
question. Yeah, we that's back.
way back.
I do remember going to there's a place called the Roadhouse.
Yeah.
And I can remember going there when I had an opportunity. I was working so much and sleeping it off. I didn't have a lot of time to go and water down, but the Roadhouse is not very far from the coaching facility, the office
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and I go there and have a couple of bracers.
Nice. I learned bracers, the word bracers from you,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
couple of bracers.
Couple bracers. Okay. So, here's a good football one. What do you like most about the Michigan State culture? And that comes from Instagram.
Everyone knows Michigan State football is about being tough, being hardworking, being physical, rugged, just fundamentals, meat and potatoes, not a lot of French pastry, up in your face, straight down the middle,
I love that.
not try to go around you, go through you. That's Michigan State football, and that's what I love about it.
I love that. And it's true. Make good ball. It's fun to watch. Fun to watch. Okay.
The best ball.
Best ball. Here's one from another one from Instagram from a female. So it says, are there going to be any new uniforms coming this year? And if not, would you be open to the idea of some in the next few years?
I'm always open to like new uniforms, helmets, decals, whatever we can do
Yeah.
to kind of mix it up. I'm all good with that. And so I'm not sure what the lineup will be this year for uniforms. I'll have to get with our equipment guys and Nike and things like that, and we'll see. But if there's an opportunity to put a twist on a uniform, have a couple different combinations, or do something with the helmets, I'm all for it. And the players love it, and the recruits love it, and the fans obviously love it.
I love it too. So there. Huh.
There you go.
Although I'm still waiting for my Michigan State hat. So at some point it
It's
would
in
be
the
nice.
mail. It's in the mail.
Yeah.
It
The
will be
check's in the mail. Okay.
in the mail.
So steak and okay, this one comes from Twitter. I like this one too. This is a
Okay.
fun one. Steak and wine or burgers and beer?
You said steak and wine, or my preference, steak and
Yes,
wine, or
steak and
burgers
wine
and
or
beer.
burgers and beer.
Um, that's a tricky one because I don't like wine and I don't like beer, but I do like steak and I do like burgers. So how about a steak? How about a steak and a scotch
Ooh,
whiskey, okay, and a burger and a tequila. How about that?
nice. I like it. Okay. Um,
Does that work?
yeah, I don't drink. I mean, I mean, you got to give me the hearts if it works. Like for you people, would you do that? I mean, I don't like scotch. I'm not a scotch person.
Yeah.
And I think I would pair my tequila with tacos. I mean, I'm out west and like I want to have,
Yeah.
a tequila, good tequila Patron or something and a couple of street tacos and
There you go. There you
there
go.
you go. Maybe
I'm
wash
feeling
it
that.
down with a beer. Maybe
Wash it down with a beer. Yeah,
wash it
wash it
down with
down.
a
Yeah,
beer.
yeah,
Wash it
yeah,
down with a
yeah,
beer.
yeah.
Okay. We'll stay with because I know you're a foodie. You are a foodie.
I am
You're a foodie. As much as you want
self-proclaimed.
self-proclaimed foodie. I know that you like to smash mouth and all the whole hitting and bleeding and catching and things. But I do know that you're a foodie. So,
Okay.
okay. Do you have a favorite ice cream and what is it?
I do.
Okay.
I thought, did we do this one already?
Did we
That
do
was
it?
Yeah, that
No,
praline pecan is my
no,
favorite
we
ice
didn't do
cream.
that. And look, it's
Okay,
not crossed off.
praline pecan is my favorite. I don't eat a lot of ice cream, but if
Yeah.
I'm gonna go there, and I have a choice, I'm gonna reach for the praline pecan. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. This is going to go back to your neighbor.
My neighbor, Coach Izzo,
Yep.
my man.
Your man. Can you give,
Coach Izzo is so rugged. I mean, this dude coaches hard. I mean, all the time. I mean, he gets after it, and the players play, and he recruits hard.
I love that. Don't
He's a
talk
he's
about
a
recruiting
legend.
here. Don't talk about
He's
recruiting on
yeah.
here.
I know recruiting, but he is a legend. He is. I mean,
It's, well, this says from, do you have a favorite Tom Izzo story?
I don't. I don't have a favorite Tom Izzo story. I just know that I love Tom Izzo, and he is a real guy. I'm talking about like he is like a everyday real guy. Like he's authentic. He tells you exactly what he thinks. He knows who he is. He tells you something you can take it to the bank.
Yep.
Izzo is I love Izzo.
I think you're going to have to build some stories with coaches, though.
We'll do that. We'll
You
do
should
that. I
have
mean,
them.
I can't make one up if I don't have one. That's the deal. I can't do that.
No, I agree. I mean, be truthful and authentic. I get it. It's
Yeah,
important,
yeah.
particularly in coaching. Um, Coach, what's your favorite memory from your first stint at MSU? And that comes from Twitter.
Ooh, man, there was so many 2 years, 97, 98. I would say 1998, we uh we were having a so-so year, and we go down to Columbus, Ohio. John Cooper and the Ohio State Buckeyes were ranked number one in the country at that time, and we went into Columbus and upset them, at their place in the shoe. We were down at half, came out roaring in the third quarter, and throwing the ball, playing aggressive on defense, and that's when it solidified in my mind that coaching matters. Coaching
Ah,
matters.
okay. So that I got a good one that follows that. This is from Twitter. Not very many Facebook ones. Okay, so we need to get those Facebook people
Yeah, I need to
coming
get
out.
on Facebook.
Coach, who is the coach that you want to beat the most this year? Like I'm saving these last ones for last because they're such good sound bites.
Yeah, I know I picked some, but I don't remember picking that one.
I told you we were gonna throw someone's in there you hadn't seen. I
Yeah,
know that people want
yeah,
to like.
yeah.
Who is it that did? I mean, yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm just gonna leave. I'm not even letting you get an easy way out on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So I've been very fortunate as a coach to have played or have coached in rivalry games. So you get Ohio State, Michigan, Georgia, Florida, Auburn, Alabama, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Chicago, Green Bay. Michigan State is one of those games,
Yeah,
obviously, and rivalry games you have to embrace it. I mean, and you're going to get judged as a head football coach on how you do on your rivalry games. How many of those games do you win? And so obviously, and that's just not the Michigan game is not just another game on our schedule. It's the game.
I love that story. It's true. The rivalries kind of make or break coaches as well. Like if it's neck and neck at the end of the season, and I work with a lot of coaches, comes down to a rivalry game, whether they're gonna stay employed. So I get it, and I like Coach Harbaugh, but I do like you better. I'll just go on the record and say it. He's a nice man, really nice man, but I'm gonna choose you. Okay, so
Big game, big game,
big game.
big
Okay,
game.
we're gonna wrap it up. I
All
have
right.
I have three more, and that's it. They're gonna be really quick ones. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. If you could be a superhero, who would you be?
If I could be a superhero, who would I be? Hmm, that is a good one. Um, I've always liked Batman because
Ooh,
I like the Bat Cave. You know what I'm saying? I like the Bat
yeah,
Cave and that
yeah.
type of deal. So, yeah, maybe maybe Batman. Maybe we could work that out.
Okay, if you could have a superpower, one superpower, what would it be?
Man, these last few questions have
I
been
know these
like
are
kind of
they're
like, yeah,
stated for last. They're stated for
yeah. I don't
last.
remember reading these. Maybe these are yours. Okay,
Oh, what
yeah,
happened? I don't know. This
yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
What's going on? If I had one superpower, um, you know what? I like I can't remember the show I was watching, but there was a guy that could like run like super fast.
The Incredibles,
No, no, it was
like when
like
the mom
yeah,
is the no, the mom is like
he was like I don't know what he was like he was like a bolt or something. I mean like the guy the guy can run like super fast, and just watching the show, I forget the name of the show, but watching the show, I could see where that could come in handy like quite a bit in terms of being able to run like fast.
run, Forrest, run.
No, faster than that. I'm talking about, I mean, this was like he was running and like because how fast he was running, like he was like you couldn't see the guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he'd be here and then he'd be there.
Okay, so we're gonna end with one last question.
We can't end on the superhero deal,
Yeah, we can. Oh, okay.
and we could have ended on the rivalry game.
No, these are fun. They're like yummy popcorn ones. They're good. Okay, well, there's two then. I could leave one more. I have one more. One more serious one. Um, from Instagram. What can the Spartan fans expect from you season in and season out?
I am going to be extremely hardworking. That's just who I am. So I'm not going to leave anything like on the table. Everything that I have, uh, day in and day out, year in and year out, the Spartan fans are going to get it. Players are going to get it. Coaches are going to get it. That's who I am. That's what I'm all about. I'm a grinder, and I believe that good things happen to people who work hard and keep the faith.
Well, I mean, I think that's how I can't even go further than that. I mean, that was just the best answer to end this on. So I just want to say thank you so much for letting me share your screen, literally letting me share
Yeah.
your screen. It's such a pleasure. Um, you're doing amazing things, and I love doing this with you. So thank you for letting me share this time with you and for giving the fans a sneak peek inside of Mel Tucker, not just
Yeah.
on the sidelines, but at home,
Sweet.
in your home. Thank you for doing that,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well as sharing some of these fun questions with us. Is there anything you want to add?
No, thank you for taking the time to invest with us and with me and the Spartan fans. And this is I tell you what, this is a very challenging time. And so just the opportunity to connect with the fans is important and is special to me. Um, I just want to encourage everyone to stay encouraged. Do control what you can control. Do what you can do. Social distancing until we're told that we can do something else. Wash your hands. And then take it. Count your blessings. And
Yeah,
one thing
yeah,
that I found is that during this time, there's so many unknowns and so much uncertainty, but there's some silver linings in here. Like I've spent more time with my boys, uh,
yeah,
Christian and Joseph, than I have since they've been born, literally.
yeah.
And so, and then I've connected with people that just checking on people, and then you connect, and then you reconnect. Those are some positives, and then just some of the new ways to communicate with the Zoom meetings and the teleconferencing and all that stuff is something that really hadn't been part of what I was doing, and so now that's something that I do every day. So and these are things that I can build upon and that we can build upon, coming out of this thing, And I'm 100% certain that when the time is right and it's safe, um, for everyone, for the staff, the fans, the players, we get back at it. Our fans are going to be behind us 100%, and I really appreciate them. Go green.
Go White. Thanks, Coach Tuck. We'll see you
Yeah, thank
soon.
you. Thank you. We'll
Bye
see
bye.
you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.